Christmas. Hello, DayZ world. I'm the greedy peasant, aka Santa Claus, and welcome to the Peasent Podcast. Get comfortable as we sit by the fire and chat everything DayZ. We are live from the TPP studio with the podcast team. TikTok creator, Smiley's got a gun. Long-term DayZ console player, ADKQ, and the chat controller and security, Queen Peasent. All, of course, are on the bad list. But on the good list is the DayZ console community. Welcome, welcome. Here at TPP, we want to hear what you have to say, so drop your thoughts and your opinions in chat. This podcast gives a voice to the DayZ console people, so welcome everybody to the Peasants Podcast, and a Merry, Merry Christmas.
Give us the mic back, Santa, you bastard. Anyway, we'll get in here. Welcome, everybody. I hope you're having a lovely day. We are kicking it off for the Peasants Podcast. It's Christmas time, so we thought we'd invite little Santa to do a little voiceover and give his little intro. So as I said, we're going to be talking about the new stuff kicking in, the Christmas events, and of course some of the new items. And let's get away. So we found little Santa's workshop. There's a couple of sus elves in here. Fucking fast asleep already.
What's that? There's someone in our cave. There's someone in our cave.
Get back to fucking work.
Get him.
Get back to fucking work. Fuck, Santa's gonna rock up.
I would just want to say he's not kidnapped. That's all I'm just going to say. We haven't been hiding him out here. We did not hijack this sleigh.
That's it.
No.
Never. I wish I could tape him. That would have been the best. Like he was captured. They've been living off candy cane garden, destroying the joint.
Yeah.
Hello, hello.
Really good time.
And a Merry Christmas to you, pair.
Yeah,
Morning. Merry Christmas, bro. Merry Christmas. I'm feeling very Christmassy.
Very Christmassy. It's only a couple of days till old Saint Nick comes rolling in and kicking in everyone's doors, doing the old B&E and dropping off presents that we don't want. So we thought we'd prep for a Christmas show. The DayZ brought out a few new items. But firstly, wearing the Santa hat and one of the new jumpers. I do my best to survive. Mr. ADKQ, welcome, sir.
Morning. Merry Christmas.
And that's probably the better one. It's fine, I'm just laughing. Smiley's got a gun. Welcome.
Morning, fam. Merry Christmas to everyone. Happy New Year. We'll just actually having a little chat. Actually, I'll bring that up in my business today.
And your biz? Ooh, there's a biz in the house.
My biz.
That's the way. We want some business in the house. We're going to dive into, I don't know if I've got some server news. Let me just have a little looky here. No Christmas events and no one's dropping news. So the community's pretty quiet these days. Very quiet these days.
They're all going on holidays early, have they?
I think a lot of people are going on.
No Christmas events.
That's what I'm surprised. I didn't see much in the world of Christmas events or advertised or anything like that on the console world. I did see quite a few in the PC world, and I saw one on PlayStation.
Wow.
Oh, Xbox people, what have you been doing?
So we want
Yeah, you're lacking.
a little Christmas deathmatch. I think it's more of the fact of you can't really make a Christmas adventure. All you can do is, you can decorate and put things in, but you can't. I find PC have that, they've got the snowman, they've got the gingerbread man.
Yeah.
They've got those sorts of things which throw an enemy element to it, just not someone screaming at you, you're a hoe.
with like a headband, like with a Christmas tree headband on, chasing you down the street.
That's right. But yeah,
With a shovel.
With a shovel. With a shovel. But yeah, it will be better when we have the ability, or maybe add the mods in a later date, where you can add in the change of characters. You might find we get the dinosaurs, and we get the big spiders, and those sorts of modifications and add-ins, because they're pretty straightforward. You're just basically loading in everything you require for the graphics, and then mimicking off the same thing. They mimic the same paths as the Zeds. They're just basically a different icon. So that'd be pretty hectic. I think that's when it'll really take off.
I've actually got some fact discussions about what I think's going to happen when it comes to my news this week.
Oh,
with that.
Ooh.
Okay, these guys are right into it. Well, I'm just going to skip right ahead because I'm keen for the news. New items. So, obviously we got these new jumpers in. New jumpers, I think, are pretty on the money when it comes to the fashionistic approach that we appreciate when it comes to highlighting a certain event. I mean, especially after last year when we got, the gloves and stuff and the headbands. The carnival mask. What's the Christmas carnival mask always in there?
Yeah. Yep, that was there last year, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I wasn't sure.
I didn't know it was like
Yeah,
a Christmas one though.
Yeah, there's about 5 or 6 of the carnival masks.
The Day of the Dead one looks really good.
Yeah, I like the Day of the Dead one. I'm a big fan of that, but I didn't know there was a Christmas one. That sort of caught my eye. Of course, we have the multitude of jumpers. Look at the mess we put through this place. The events, obviously.
Jumpers were
Tied up in
hectic.
here. It's messing it up.
No, that's good.
I'm so glad they added the jumpers.
Yeah. I'm just got something comfortable to sit on. You guys got mattresses.
Yes, we said we're not sitting in the dirt.
Mr. Leonard's victory in the house. Hello, hello. So yeah, I do like the jumpers. I was disappointed in the Christmas trees. We had to wait till reset to at least get a present when we were on official. They weren't sort of spawning, they were only coming in on resets. Viciously taken over. Santa sleighs weren't too bad, especially on official. They were quite profitable, especially when somebody else got there and stole it all. But probably the key item and the thing I like is the new reindeer. Sitting right behind Brump,
Yeah.
we have
Rudolph.
Mr. Rudolph.
Yeah.
Mr. Rudolph is a great addition. He's got the if he gets his nose out of the ground. There he is, thank you. So as you can see, he's got himself a red nose, which glows. And some Christmas lights weave through his horns. Now, when you cut it up, when you harvest Rudolph, you get the Christmas lights.
One of the most useless items in DayZ.
I was a little heavily disappointed that he didn't get his nose and could wear his nose like the witches.
Oh, yeah.
That would have been awesome to run around with a flashing red nose. Oh, could you imagine? That would be so good.
I didn't want the horns.
Especially at night time, running the streets with a. That would have been cool.
I'm fucking dirty. But maybe for next year.
Same.
Maybe for next year. I mean, they've they've got the wolves that you can cut their heads off and stick them straight on your head. Maybe even the horns that you could add into a hat and then add a battery into it to make the lights flash or something like that.
Oh, that'd be cool. Both. We want both.
That's
we
it.
want the horns,
We're greedy.
the lights on.
That's it. The nose.
And the nose.
And the nose and the Christmas jumper and pants to match next year.
Yes.
Yeah,
and
or just give us
also
a
a
Santa
snowman.
outfit. And the Grinch.
I thought for sure we get a snowman.
Well, why not add the
Grinch?
Grinch in as a zombie that fucks you up? Kind of like the mummy, like an overpowered zombie. But it's the Grinch running around at you.
See, that'd be cool.
I like that. Even if he's just green, you know? Just make a green zombie that runs around.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
But it would have to be overpowered like the mummy, though. I'd really want it to be overpowered.
Yep. 100%. Gaz says devs are in talks about mods with console. Who knows what we can get, we can have next year on console. That's the biggest thing. I think now that they've thrown the loop in that mods will be coming, or they're in talks about mods getting added to DayZ. They got a pretty strong case since there are other games that get in mods exactly the same. Do you think that a lot of people will pull up on buying a PC setup if mods go into console?
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. But I tell you what, I'll blend a little bit with my start of my server, my news in there. Is what I'm thinking is going to happen is once they add those mods in, then the devs don't really have to do shit all, because it'll fly off the hook like it does a PC. So does that mean the devs are going to step back from doing regular updates and finally start working on DayZ 2? Is that the whole point of why they're pushing for mods? So then they can be a bit more
Take the
hands-off and
pressure off
focus their time on
themselves.
something else. Yeah.
See, why would you want DayZ 2, but what does DayZ 2 get a benefit of? Only a refresh over the name.
I think, well, the only reason why I think that is, once we do get mods like PC have, are we going to really care about the devs bringing in updates? Because, hell, we're going to be putting in our own guns, putting in our own new zombies. Why do we need the devs anymore?
But it's also... it's also the extent of the mod. I'm not sure how the mods will go into PC and how they actually interlock with it. So that part is the confusing part of how it's actually going to integrate with our systems, because our systems, like, to add everything that I add in, it all goes into one custom folder, and then you reference that custom folder from the gameplay file. That includes the teleports, that includes everything that I can change on the server that's not just values in the files. So run-in speeds, that sort of stuff comes from one file. I'm guessing they will add a similar structure to that. T-Bag says, been in the game for ages, devs have been in talks about mods for years. Gaz says, I think mods for console would come in a DLC for like Fallout 76. Like a DLC, yeah, okay. So you would...
Oh, so
you would actually...
Is he thinking more like the devs are giving us the mod? Who's giving us the mods?
Yeah, that's...
Can we do, like, you know,
yeah,
where are the mods coming from?
That is the key question that they do not put out. They said there are talks about mods, but is it community access mods, or is it set mods that sort of, they come out in pack form? What are these portals, Victory says? Jump in one and find out, Victory. I'd probably suggest any of them. He's in a
Well, do you think that maybe
in the
that's a way? Do you think it's going to be a money maker thing? Like they're going to be the ones who, and you have to buy the mods. You know what I'm saying? Like buy a
well,
pack of mods, $2.95. You want this mods? $2.95. You want that?
well, then how do you have it and I don't, and we're on the same server?
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. You don't get to play unless you have the mod for it, so you have to buy it. Maybe that's how they're going to work it.
Or will it be server owners buy the mods for their server? Oh, no, because it's still going to be client side, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
That wouldn't work.
See, and this is where, once you start delving into it, you can really see where the schematics come into it. So, you know, PC can add mods quite easily because they have full access to the files. Now, the console world doesn't want mods to be added in because then it's an intrusion of security. It becomes a security risk. With PC, their security is in their hands, whereas for us on console, security is, you know, within the boundaries of our, you know, Xbox or PlayStation networks. So you're not going to be having a massive amount of you know, Greedy's got this mod to give away to everyone, or Q's made this mod to give away to everyone. I think it's going to be Greedy uploaded this to XY Studio. They've ran it through, pre-approved it, blah, 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 and has now released it. And you could only play those mods on community servers. And I would say you wouldn't have to buy the mod, but maybe it's either the uploader myself as the server owner would purchase it for their server, and then all the clients would download it for free, but not actually, you know, be able to activate it in other servers.
So it's similar to how Armor Reforger works.
Yeah, it'd be the exact same Matrix app. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gaz says,
Problem is,
there you go.
Problem is though, again, I've got to get rid of old gen consoles then.
That's correct.
No way I can see that working on new gen.
No.
But not only that,
Why?
does the game engine we're running on now, is that even going to be able to provide these mods? You know,
No.
Are we going to have to push to the new Infusion engine?
Yes.
Which brings back scary thoughts of like 0.6.2.
Or was it 108 where they decided was the first revamp of the cars, and then the cars were like, as soon as they hit a bump, they just flew off the stage. So, you know, for those that have played for a long time, we've had a few cracks at trying to upgrade the current Fusion engine. Maybe this is where DayZ 2 comes in the fact that they revisit the console versions and bring out a whole new version for console, which is DayZ and an upgrade for DayZ, but it's in with the new Fusion engine. It's got the mods ready to go. Everything's player tested, and they have to call it DayZ 2 for the copyright stance. But it's just DayZ.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big it's a big hit.
Well, we know.
PC be
we
dirty.
know
And would you
to
buy
move
it,
away
and how much
from-
would you be willing to pay for it?
No, you don't buy it. It just updates. Eventually, when they go
Oh, you
right,
reckon just updates for it?
Yes, but it's a new Fusion engine. It's a new modding system with the community, side involved in it. But what happens is it goes, all right, we're going to update to 2.0. And 2.0 is DayZ. What they've classed as that DayZ 2, but it has all those features, and old gen is wiped. You can't get on with old gen anymore. Like experimental, where it's a similar game, but it's completely different.
I think that they'd make us pay for it, and they would have to, because the amount of money invested to do that much of an upgrade, they'd have to recoup funds. They just would. It wouldn't make any sense not to charge for it.
Well, and that's where I said, where Bruv's point comes in, is where now they're charging server owners for the mods. That's where that's where you
get
find
money that way.
That's right. That's because they're not feeding off the community in community servers. They do merch and the games. Nitrado, you imagine how much money Nitrado make.
No, yeah.
Yeah, like they could have like packs, like even just this like t-shirt packs. Bring out a whole different range of t-shirts.
That's
you got
right.
this t-shirt
You
pack
could be
for
exclusive to
$2.95.
this server
They
that
got
you
this
have X, Y, and Z.
Yep, and then you've got like this boot pack. I mean, they could stretch it out. They could make these packs as small or as that you could be as like t-shirt packs, or you could even have a weapons pack, which could be even more. That could be like $10.95. You know what I mean? Like they could actually really
Bring DayZ into the stage of microtransactions, doesn't it? Every single other game does it, and does it successfully.
Yep.
So I could see it working.
I could see
yeah,
it.
bit of a loophole of microtransactions in a way.
Pretty much, and then what you drive. I'm this server because I've got these mods that I can give you because I've paid my $20 to get these shirts and these guns. Then you're talking about a financial war between servers. How to interact with the portals. Just go into the middle under the stars, log in, log out. Oh, Gazzy wrote that. Appreciate you, Gaz. The game already supports all mods. Is no different to PC file access. Only difference is its console won't handle it. It's not the game, yeah. The consoles, I think, will struggle. I find that, like, on Sakal, heavy blizzards, large pop server, it gets a bit rough. Mr. Lemons, I don't think they'll ever split the community. I don't think they'll split the community. I just think people will be forced to move up. I think they'll do what they did, what 7 Days to Die did versus the Legacy versus 1.0, with Legacy versus 1.0. Yeah, well, I haven't played 7 Days to Die since they've put it back onto console, but they have really improved their gaming. They just need a better multiplayer support. Need to run 50 deep on one map. GTA 5 has been re-released nearly 3 times, but it's still called GTA 5, not GTA 5 2.0. Yeah, 100%. I think DayZ will just be called DayZ, but I think they're using the DayZ 2 for the upgrade purposes, to have that game in the background with the Infusion engine and mods, and then it'll just update, and we won't know anything. We'll just be like, oh, we get all this extra shit.
I mean, to be fair, I think we'll know, because like anything, if they change engines, it's going to break everything. I really think it will.
Well, maybe this time they've learned, and that's why they've got it like... It's like having your test server. They'll have it on the background, flogging the shit out of it, running it. You may even find that there'll be, they'll invite people from the community to say, hey, come and have a crack at this. How does it work on your... They can do that. There's no reason why they couldn't. Yeah. Build 42 is awesome, by the way. Yes, the Queen has been diving into Build 42 on Zomboid at the moment. They're on beta option. So you just download Zomboid Build 42 as a separate entity to your game and just run through it. That's in reference to being able to having a separate game on there. They do a rev split between the dev and the player. Oh, Mr. Skatespeeder, Merry Christmas to you, good sir. Yeah, so...
Oh, Merry Christmas, Scowspeeder.
I think mods are going to be the most hottest topic of 2025. Next week's show, I've got a big chat with what do you want to see in 2025. If anyone wants to add their stuff in it, go on a Discord, !Discord. Spill your guts on what you would like to see in 2025 for DayZ. So a lot of these things will come
Wedding
in.
dress.
Wedding dress,
Sorry,
yes.
just putting it in there. Always
No.
want the fucking wedding dress.
Yeah.
A tux. I want my fella to have a powder blue tux and me in a wedding dress. That's all I'm asking. Give me a death zombie wedding scene that we can, you know, an event.
An event
You
style.
can randomly find them at a church.
With a sword.
Yes, that's what I want.
And I want my skeleton tracksuit. But it was funny.
Yeah, you want your skeleton tracksuit.
What was funny in that actual rundown, because I released it a couple of days ago, is a lot of people said, don't worry about adding things. Just purify the game. Make it run super smooth.
No.
Make it run flawlessly.
I
Make
wanna
it
add
run.
things.
Make it run. I can put up with the glitches I have for this long. I can keep going.
Yeah.
Well,
Call for my
Just
dress.
give me
The thing
new
is-
stuff.
we know that's difficult to do. DayZ is never going to run perfect and smooth. That's just not DayZ, unfortunately. Yeah, people just need to get used to that. And it's like I just said, you know, we've
Yeah.
been playing with it like that for years, and it's fine. So yeah, just give us new shit.
Yeah. You know what I'd like for you, Q? You know what I'd actually like for you? I would like you to have some leather pants, like black leather pants to match your black leather jacket, man. That's what I'd
Oh
like.
no, that's
That's
too far. That's almost like kink, you know. I don't know about that.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. And a little gag. Just a little gag, a little lead.
Oh yeah. Just put a tennis ball on the end of the gag, you know, you'll be fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
Why can't we
hello,
craft
hello,
a gag?
Welcome. Craft the leather gag, eh? With a ball.
Shit.
Jesus Christ. But it is a very very large topic about, you know, purifying the game. But I think a lot of people play on a lot of shit connections with shit servers. You know, they jump into high pops expecting, you know, things to perform as well as they should do when, you know, you got massive bases on the actual server. Every time something added to the server, it loads it up. When you purify it, like this server we're on now, TPP, it's got a mini game section. You can snipe, you can shoot, you can run and gun. Some of the car games even still there can be a freeze point because I think of Sakal is what's doing it. I'll definitely change that when we change to like Chinaris again or Livonia. But that's the only thing that I find that in some of the games the ice game, or especially when Zombie Bowling was over the hot springs, and really gave a lot of lag out. And that there's the hot springs themselves are missing stuff. So there is a piece that was missing from the actual hot spring itself that has been found. Mr. Lemons has actually dived into the files and found it. We had a little talk about it on one of the previous shows about the geysers being in the hot springs. And them
that's
actually
right.
shooting up water. I've seen them in action.
Hey?
Yeah, yeah. I've seen.
How tall? How tall do they split up? Like, how are we talking? Like, how big is it?
Yeah. There's 3 sizes to it. I don't know. Let me see if I can find it.
That's what he said.
No, I haven't found. I'm married 20 years. see if I can. Whoa. Oh, we died from it. Now, if you know how big this is, so I'll cut it back from the. Yep. Nearly on top of that volcanic. But this is some of the effects that they put in. I think this is only a little one. Yes. Yeah, that's right.
Well, I think that their 10-year anniversary event that they had was just a testing ground for live events across servers. I really do.
Agree. Yes.
Should have done it on a. I think in the hot springs it wouldn't have give the height value. I think you did it in the right spot there, Teabag, because it would have it gave the height value because of how big. Now, if you can imagine coming off the volcano down into those hot springs, and that's shooting up everywhere. Plus, it's the blizzards on, and you've got animals and stuff on. You could see why they filtered the events and filtered the actual things they put into the map before they released it. Because all those effects and all those stuff going off at once, it would fucking destroy the server. It'd be like gas bombs going off consistently. So that's why I think the path will be to an upgrade of, as we said, into a new engine. The OG Xbox is dismissed. We are now 6 years, 7 years into our particular game being on the market, so I think it's time that it moves on.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed.
There you go, yeah. It should have a bubbling sound effect, etc., tied to the effect so you can hear the bubble up and then the explode. That's fucking pretty cool, but wonder how much cool shit they put in that they had to leave out.
Mm.
Oh,
I reckon they
yeah.
probably added lava, but there was just too much.
Lava's a sore point for the
I mean,
greedy.
even if they had lava like in PUBG, where it's just, where you just got to be careful where you walk on it, Like, the floor is lava, the floor is lava,
Just like the
But
same
it'd
thing
be
as,
cool if we had
as
them fully.
a fire pit, where you step on a warm fire pit.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Maybe
it is
that's the
like
thing.
that. It
Get
is
a
like
buff from
that
it.
in the volcano, But that's only where the little vents of air's coming up. But you do get that effect, like you're walking on a fireplace. I just think it's not as much as what it should be. I think you should be able to walk into that basin of that volcano and the whole lot should be hot.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be able to just run around it in only one or two spots you start taking damage.
But yeah, just a lot of bits missing, I find. And is that because we don't have the new Infusion engine? is there a new box coming out? You know, is there going to be a new wave of are they going to wait for a new generation of console and then the series becomes the OG box?
Well, we can't be too far
I reckon
off
it's
it.
too early yet. No, I reckon it's too early. We haven't had this like console for that long.
Yeah,
they have to.
that's true. We look, PS5
Yeah.
Pro just released, so I reckon that'd still be another year or two away from a new PlayStation console.
Yeah, and the new Series S, it got released. It's got a bigger hard drive in it, and then the Series X, new one got released, and it's got double the space. So all they did was add, more space to store games. Mr. Noah in the house. You can use the death trigger with the landmine explosion effect now to make a minefield that kills you with it, possibly. I've got my minefield already set out. I'll try that.
Sorry, I'll be back. I've got someone at my front door.
You're right. Someone at the door! Someone at the door! Mr. Drift, hello, good sir. Merry Christmas to you. But yes, so we're just talking about the... it did start on the new Christmas stuff. There is only a little bit added into the Christmas world of DayZ. And of course, the big question for 2025, will mods come into the game? Will we get some form of add-in that we can add to our servers, and how will it work, and what pattern will they follow? That's the biggest question. 2025 is going to be massive if mods come in. Just how they're applied and how it's formulated is the biggest thing.
And hopefully it's not just small mods, you know. We want something that's decent, you know. The expectation when you say mods to a lot of people, they're instantly thinking, oh, we're going to get hellies, we're going to get one-tappers, we're going to get different zombies, when in reality, it might not be that high-powered mods. We might just get basic new shirts. You know, but the ability to change little things.
Oh, it may even be as simple as, zombie mechanics. How hard they hit. They may call them mods. And maybe, you can go in and change how your infected hit. How the animals behave, the size of the animals. I think that's where it'd be looking at of what they're calling mods and the modifications in that particular game compared to being able to change 90% of it. I think it'll all be JSON controls. It'll be exactly like we do now when we incorporate builds. Drop your little X, Y, and Z in your custom rack and then go like that.
Okay, I'm back.
Laugh out loud. Armour Reforger launching on PlayStation with no mods. I have no host mods on Xbox until that happens. Yeah, I didn't know. I thought.
Was it launching with no mods?
I thought it was launching with mods.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a PlayStation streamer I follow, Baked. He was looking forward to the mods on PlayStation for Armour Reforger. That'd be heavily disappointing if that doesn't come to light. I'm sure it'll be community mods like Armour, not developers. Scalesmith, I think we'll see more JSON control files like we had weather, loadouts, etc. I like to hope they're working on base building though. It's about time. Zeds that break down doors. No mods, no cross-platform Armour Reforger on PlayStation. Damn. Yeah,
Actually, I'm surprised they haven't added that in with the zombies breaking down doors, just as a, in the actual official game.
Well,
That's such
I don't
it's
think
a cool thing.
I don't think they will, because look, they buffed Zeds up a little bit, and then the amount of backlash and crybabies that they got from it. I think if they added door kickers, it would be 10 times worse.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
100%.
I would actually probably be one of those
And
people.
and I
Be like, I
find
just want to sit here and have story time around a fire.
and
Peace.
I find that that's a common occurrence when it's with changing and merging stuff, that it goes off public opinion and then it gets completely swapped out if the public opinion, you know, comes in negative, which it does, because no one complains if something's good. You know what I mean? So someone will only complain and put a big song and dance. The latest infected update, I enjoyed that. I didn't mind they could be heard, and you know, you had to creep round and you had to be silent. You could still do all the stuff, but you just couldn't have all the top gear and be loud and walking around. You had to be silent. They really bent the mechanics, and I think community influencers have to take a seat sometimes and just let the devs work on their routes and the things that they've done, because there's a lot of stuff they keep on the sly that we keep in, that come in and you're like, oh yeah, that's a cool idea. What do we got? Sony PlayStation hurts all of us on console gamers on both platforms. Correct. They're a little bit, well, they got broken into. Their security was up to shit. They looked like an idiot when, you know, the hackers got in and stole a lot of information and broadcasted that they did. That's very detrimental to a multiplayer company that lost, you know, thousands of people's information and credit card details and all sorts of stuff. So, you know, they're the scared kid in the corner that's been, you know, already bashed. I don't think it'd be very, very hard for them to come out, and for what benefit for them? You know what I mean? I don't see the benefit. Their market isn't in the, you know, they're more of the driving games and that sort of stuff, where the shooting games come into the Xbox realm. I mean, it's on both of them, but I find shooting games perform a lot better and driving games are a lot better on PlayStation. So, Mr. Noah, good night. Merry Christmas. We don't see you. In my opinion, I'm 100%.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, Noah.
In my opinion, I'm 100% confident we would have had mods years ago on Xbox DayZ if it wasn't for Sony. They're going to develop 3 separate versions. They aren't going to develop 3 separate versions of DayZ. No, they're not. That's correct. But as I said, you know, when you've got a large company as Sony who devil in quite a lot of stuff, and when your banks get hacked hard, you pack up. So, you know, is it Sony doing the right thing by their company, by their customers and their personal company? 100%. So we should be getting the shits at the people who broke in, but we won't mention their name because they're a large hacking corporation who could take down most people. So we'll say, good job, Anonymous. Good job.
Good job at testing the boundaries.
That's it. That's it. Scale Speeder, Merry Christmas to you, good sir. We will see you later on. Been delving into
Merry
the...
Christmas, Happy New Year, Skull Speeder.
That's it, into the world of Stalker 2. But yes, that's my little spiel for Christmas and the mods on DayZ. I pray Bohemia helps change Sony's stance, because it will benefit us all. 100% drift, and that's why we need to consistently, you know, back our company to try and help push that. That's why we need to hype up how important console is. Get out there and support, you know, the people out there pumping it. There's a lot of people out there who really embrace it. So the only reason PC get a lot of light is because they get a lot of light. Spaz, g'day, sir.
Yeah.
I don't think mods will ever come to console. Console is where they make the money. If console had mods like PC, no one would ever buy a DLC again. Why would you when the community is making maps and features far superior than Bohemia?
I don't think they'll let console make maps.
Well,
I don't think they
that
do.
was
I don't-
why. But that was
Yeah,
my point in
okay.
the very beginning, and what I was saying on, was my part of the news, was that if they do bring it in, that's what's going to happen, and it will. If we can make DLCs, why the hell do we need the devs?
Yep.
And that's what it'll turn into. But then are the devs doing that, knowing that's going to happen, while in the background they're like, cool, now we don't have to worry about doing all this work on updates, we can focus on transferring to the new engine.
That's
And let's
it.
give them their mods, keep them quiet and not harass us, and then we can go to work.
Yep.
Yeah. We'll
Their-
never be able
their
to complain
response-
again to them because we're responsible. Put the responsibility back on us.
That's what I was just about to say. We want better base building. Well, then fucking build it, you pricks.
Yeah, exactly.
There's mods there. You fucking work it
Yeah.
out. We ain't got time for
The
that.
biggest complaint is our console peeps. It shuts us up. They'll be like, we'll have nothing to complain about because it'll be all on us.
That's it. That's fucking hilarious. That is hilarious. Just look at PC's response to Sakao. That is a very big, correct statement. Sakao, you know, they had the sales in it, and a lot of the streamers are still in it, but you find that the big streamers that are playing it now are the ones that got it for free. They gave away 4,000 copies, approximately, plus. And that doesn't include all the ones that are in the like gift bundles and stuff like that. So a lot of copies went out for free onto the console, onto the PC world, where console people, we were. I'm not going to say the cash cow because I enjoy the map, I enjoy the add-ins, I enjoy rolling around Sakao, and if DayZ was not on PC and on console itself, and they brought out this DLC, I'd be very, very happy with it. I'd be chuffed that I got snow, I got chuffed that I got, you know, a little bit of extras in the files, all these new items all the new assets I can roll with. It's not too bad for in the console world. I think mods destroy this game quite often when it comes to the progression and the timeline of what needs to be added over time. Everyone wants everything now. We want helicopters. We want... Why? Because we see it all on the PC world.
Yeah. But like we always come back to, like we've seen with the big PC streamers, they always go back to sort of the OG style maps though.
Yeah.
They tinker in the new stuff, but they always go back to the OG. And speaking of, I just picked up something that you said. You said that you enjoyed the cow, past tense, enjoyed. So are you saying, bruv, okay, actually, now at this very moment, which is your favorite map?
Livonia.
Really?
Yeah, always has been.
Livonia.
Yeah.
Yes, alright. What about you, Q? What about you?
Chinaris. That's Chinaris.
Yeah.
I'm done with Sakao. I am done with Sakao. I've played it a hell of a lot. I've got my money's worth out of it. But I'm sick of making fires, man. I just want to run.
Yeah, I don't want to be cold anymore. I'm with you. Yeah. And what
It's
about anyone else,
summertime,
if you
man.
don't mind, in the chat? What's everyone's favourite map? Now that it's come out, we've all played it. We got our snow. We winched and played for years. And now what do we want to play?
We want to play Winter Chinaris.
We just want to play
We didn't want a new
Chinaris.
map. We
Yeah.
just wanted the fucking snow on our original map. That's all we wanted. Just mod one. A DayZ Xbox streamer event is needed. 100%. Any console streamer event is required. Home has always supported mods and fondom. 100%. Close to vanilla is king, but yeah, cosmetics and new guns and 2 mods would be highly welcomed by me. Reka says same. Kill yourself to get back to the main hubs. Cows and Maz, I love it. We'll always love Livonia, yeah. Sakao, 7k plus hours on Chinaris has burnt me out. I look forward to Sakao. development and future changes. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Tim.
It does look like they'll keep adding to it. Definitely.
It needs a rabbit hole event and a tree knockdown and add some quarries and stuff into it like they did with both Chinaris and Livonia, and you could see where it's going to come into. You see these geysers and stuff like that in the background of the game. They always said that the hot springs would be a reward for good gear. Well, you can obviously see that those geysers will be temperamental, so if you're caught in the eruption, you'll get heavily killed. So what are they going to put in the hot springs to make you want to draw into that possibility of dying to a squirt of hot water?
It's got to be something like a crate drop or something. I mean, nothing's actually going to, you know what I mean? Like, it'll have to be like a crash or something.
Well, what's missing from Sakau is heli crashes. What happens if they were helis?
Yeah, there has to be
Drivable
some sort of
helis.
crash there.
No, I'm talking drivable helis.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Thing is, though, it's the cow too small for helis, though.
Nothing's too...
It is tiny.
If you had one island, the little tiny island out in the middle of the ocean of Sakau, and there was still helicopters on this map, everyone would be going, yay! If there was no other land but this little patch that one helicopter spawns in, you got to spawn in and jump in that helicopter, everyone would think it would be the greatest. But yeah, something even a
Be like when you
gyrocopter
trap
would
a
be
fly
awesome.
in a glass. It's really small. It just goes bing, 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 bing.
Yeah, that's
But
it.
with
Yep.
its,
Yep. That's all would happen. Get to the edge of the map and fly off. That's it. It works for Namalsk. I mean, people say that Sakau's a small map. It's quite large. It's huge. Like, it's bigger than Livonia. The land mass isn't, but the actual maps are. So you've got all that extra space, all those islands. If you took out boats and just had gyrocopters, islands become a lot more accessible for base building, for, having those event things over there. So to get off the main island, you need to get a gyrocopter to fly around, which then has the problem with you getting sniped by someone on the actual, mainland. So many possibilities. Fat possibilities all over the
that's the
place.
thing.
I think that's what keeps us going.
Yeah.
Like, please add this. They'll add this one day. But we
We like to complain. Get
100%.
something to complain about.
100%. Don't satisfy us with everything that we want, because then we won't know what to do. We'll just be standing here smiling, enjoying playing the game.
Yeah, we'd have no show.
It ought to be a lot shorter, that's for sure. Well, the game's going great. We love it. Do you love it? Yep. What about you, Q? Yep, you love it? All right. All right, guys, have a lovely day. We'll see you later. That's the Peasent podcast. Nothing else good. Be a lot easier for fucking editing. That's for sure.
There'd be hardly any TikToks, because most of the TikToks are about, look how my car spun out today. Look at this glitch.
That's
look
it.
at that glitch.
But yeah, lots of things to be able to dive in, talking helicopters, prop planes. What will be next on the Sakau update? You're probably looking at another 12 months before anything will happen. So, over the next 12 months is going to be absolutely hectic.
I don't think it's going to be that long.
No, I don't
I
reckon
really
it's going to
don't.
be that long.
I think.
No, I reckon about 3 months.
Yep, March update.
Yeah.
They're going to do something to Sakau, and they're going to have to keep people on it, to keep people playing it.
Yeah, we're already waiting. So,
Yeah.
I reckon every 3 months.
Yeah, I could see that. Desert map next. I'd love a desert map. Fuck off. Smash says bows and 45 ACP tipped arrows that have been in the files for
PC peeps didn't
decades.
really... Remember there was that PC map that came out? I mean, it's probably, I don't know if it's probably still on. I haven't actually
Tascam.
stepped foot on
Was
PC
it
for a long
Tascam?
time. Is that the one? Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
you know, and I
Tascam.
watched like, you know, a few like of the top streamers play when it first came out, and yeah, their enthusiasm wasn't great. They didn't really get, but yeah. So
But Heat's a whole different story when it comes to survival. If it's
I think more like a jungle one would be cool. Like, and the deeper you went, like, because of the humidity and everything, the hotter it got. You know, I think that would be more. You know, make it more tropical, and yeah, and as further you go inland, you know, the heat got more intense, and you'd have to like stop off at like little rivers and that along the way to
Humidity
cool down or
fest.
something. I don't know.
no humidity fest.
Yeah, you'd be sweating more.
I'd actually like to see player longevity come in the form of your character weight. So similar to GTA, where you know if you ate heaps of shit, you would just get fat. Except over time, if you were hunting and cooking decent meat, your body weight would your stamina would maybe increase. You would get a little bit extra to your stamina. You would look fit, but if you were just eating tin food, you weren't, off on that hunt. You were hanging in base all the time. So your character that just sat in base would just end up like a fat lard. He would be sluggish. He would be lower in stamina. Whereas someone who's a nomadic style, trekking around, even full gear, you get more stamina the longer you carry heavier gear. That's, I think, one of the biggest
the packing
mechanics.
mules would be hot as fuck because they'd be like get around the big packs,
100%.
doing all the legwork.
You could formulate your character to be the guy who can, even slot sizes in your bag. Maybe you get an extra bag slot, or you get an extra. You can use, you could put a shirt and a jacket on, so you get double the slots because you've been doing that extra run through, and allowing the player to develop their character in a way that they can, benefit, or you get hindered for being the alt that's in the base.
Oh, imagine, and you'd be saying to your friend who's like been holding down the base for a couple of days, and you load in, and you go, "Hey, come on, Billy, we're going out." And he goes, "No, I can't." You go, "Come on." He goes, "No, I look horrible. I'm fat. I'm going out."
My stamina's shot to shit, and I can't carry anything. I need to get my
not
other
going out
guy
there,
out, and he brings in Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I'm too embarrassed.
Big, tall, tough, these old characters who's been trekking around. But yeah, I think something like that needs to be incorporated rather than the soft skills. Because then if you've got this fit character who can now, he can PvP well, he can carry stuff, he's got good stamina. If he dies, you'll be a little bit more devastated than Fatty in the base.
Oh, there's also the waif who just like walks around. He just can't look after themselves, so they slowly turn into like this full gaunt looking thing. You go, "Are you okay?" "Yeah, I'm totally fine," and they just faint all the time.
Yeah, that's the other thing. They can only take like 10 steps and faint. Maybe you have to keep yourself fit because, if you don't, your plate carrier doesn't fit anymore. If you sit in base, it just falls off you. But that's ways of hindering the players from having 20 alts in base.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And
That'd be cool. I can't see it being added in, but it'd be
I can't
cool.
either. It was one of my epiphanies the other night.
That's a whole new game.
I was like, that'd be fucking wicked. I love a jungle one, something along the Amazon. A jungle one would be hectic. I mean, they could have brought out Sakau as in and it was at Tar now, and we would have loved it. I mean, they could just for us, they could just reforge maps out, sell them for a tenner, and we'll be happy enough to buy it. Especially the Armour Reforger ones. No problems, just pump it out. Livonia's it. Why not? Game's been out 11 years, standalone, not decades, and the bunker on alone is not even 6 years old. I understand being upset with the game, but geez, why? Everyone's entitled to their opinion. You can blurt whatever you like out here. We ramble on all the time. Maybe like the coastline being like jungle, we have to deal with the humidity, and the best loot is inside the middle of the desert line. 100%. Now dealing with little water and even more heat. Vines in the jungle that make you get lost in the thicket like a maze. 100%. Some form of density. Or a whole map is a desert, but in a mountainous region is a jungle, which there's only like green spots on the map. People who camp have no stamina, prone to broken legs as they stiffen up. 100%. There's so much you can do it. Deer Isle. And I think a lot of people want to see Deer Isle come to console, or that sort of run through.
Oh, have you heard the drama going on with Deer Isle, John McClane at the moment?
No.
Ooh, no, spill.
So he was
gossip.
He was doing updates and upgrades to the map, and he was keeping it all secret, but someone leaked it out. When you jumped on editor and looked at it, it showed all the new things that he was starting to add in. So all of his secret releases for the upcoming new changes to Deer Isle were all released through editor.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, someone's got a Madica. Cute.
Oh, that'll be cute.
Oh, God damn it. Right.
He got all these thoughts out for the day, so his head's starting to echo. Fuck, eh? So what does that mean? No, he can't do anything about it. That's it.
That update is worthless, I guess. It's been released all in editor already. Everyone's got access to it, right? Is that what you mean?
Oh, we lost your mic
Speak
completely
to us.
now. Tell us, Q!
Speak.
Tell us, Q!
I'm waiting.
No, he adjusted his mic now. He broke
Please.
it. He's leaving us on edge.
Hello?
Monk, that's yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yep,
Hello?
yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Alright, sweet.
Yeah, you good? No echo? Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not sure what's going to happen with that. Feel sorry for him, though, because the amount of work that he put in, and he wanted it all to be a secret, and it just gets released like that on him.
So what? Did he get hacked? Is that what happened? Someone hacked him?
I'm not too sure what happened. I think it just could have been he must have uploaded it to the editor to do something with it, and when people jumped in the editor, they could see it all.
Oh, you reckon it was a mistake on his part that he fucked up in a way?
I think so. That's the only thing that really makes sense.
I'll just wait for the X-War. X-Wars usually tell me that sort of stuff. I haven't seen anything on that.
No, you're talking to my boy about it yesterday.
That is pretty hectic, because they have had a shit run since the cow. I mean, they had all those 6,000 blocks that a lot of the items that were in editor got adjusted inside their box. So where a concrete slab in the little yellow box in editor would sit right down the bottom, it now sat at the top. So every single block like that around the game changed. You can see it in our Livonia stage the other week where we went up the spiral, all the cement sheets had shifted. Well, that's because all those cement sheets had actually been moved in the game files of where they were positioned inside their box. So the boxes stayed, but the items moved.
Oh, interesting.
So
what happened there?
If I'll have to go back and adjust all them and pull them all down, but he had like 6,000 concrete slabs to adjust in his build of Deer Isle. I thought about making a stream on why I think these news would make sense in the game. I want to see bows, M12, shotguns that teased long ago. Well, now we get a little hectic. A scope for the VS89. Yeah, he's got a full game that he could probably bring out with the weapon stack out. Leather and fur clothes, desert tropical map, oil rigs. Your best suggestion for to upload your ideas is to just put it up on send it to DayZ. Like, you never know what they'll snag in. You never know what they may not have taken an account of when you've got a focus and a line of what you guys want to produce. Send them an email through their website. You could even put it on the tracker. If you want to blurt, you can put it out on my Discord where I've got what would you like to see in 2025. I mean, the devs are in there, so you may be the one that gets the snag if you want to vent it. Otherwise, I've seen people put full Word documents together on their ideas and send it to the devs. So you just don't know what may and may not get out.
They're actually pretty good in responding to your messages on X.
Yep.
I've sent a couple of messages through X and they've responded like within sort of 24, 48 hours. So I'd say message through X is a good idea.
And whatever you do, don't get abusive and tell them what you think of them and how they don't focus on console because they may not reply to you.
Yeah.
I do know a peasant that did that.
Yes, yeah, I did the same. So don't do that.
Yeah. So even though we work with the devs and stuff, peasant may have got a little upset one time and got a little abusive on X, and now they won't talk to me on X.
Oh, shit.
Yes. That was all in DMs, but never in the public eye. Always keep my shenanigans in DMs. Bruv, any biz? Q's biz just took 40 minutes. Beautiful.
I have one quick plug before we hand it over.
His RP
server.
server.
For a great RP server. My God, Bastion RP is so good. It's quite difficult to get in, but once you're in, it's awesome.
So from what I think this is, it's a controlled city that you have to try and escape, but the cops will use whatever force necessary to stop you.
Yeah, but basically,
Yeah.
You're told that there's nothing on the outside, so don't go there. But there's something. There's a reason why they murdered me today when I'm trying to find the outside.
New character. So yeah, get out there and give it a run.
So if you want to get in there and have a run, here's the link below.
Oh, Mr. Q.
Definitely worth a look.
I might check it out. I say that every time because I get all excited about the roleplay servers, but then I go,
Application.
It's too hard.
Application.
Application.
I mean,
Blocks me every time.
It is a big application, but it is fairly simple.
Okay.
I don't
Well,
know.
if you
I
could
don't
do
know,
it,
Victory.
all of us could do it.
You may not get anything, but anything's worth a try. All right, bro.
One thing I'd like to add, though, just on that conversation, though, one little thing I was just thinking about, because, we're talking about deserts and all the rest. Why don't they just bring out an Australian map? You're on the coast, you got lovely beaches, it's amazing.
The community
But, if you
can't
wanna
even
get
handle
to-
rough Zeds. How are they going to handle Australia?
But imagine, because then you could bring in like the whole Mad Max element. Because you have to get like across the map, so you have to drive through the desert. You're gonna come across the backpacker murderers. You got to make sure you got enough like supplies and gear to get across that. Yeah, to actually be able to drive across the desert, you have to drive too. There's no way you could walk it. So you'd have to drive across there, have enough supplies. I think that'd be cool.
no wolves. It'll be dingoes. Dingoes stole me baby.
Yeah, you have dingoes coming at you.
That's it.
You'd have backpacker murderers. You'd
Emu
have
wars.
like Mad Max people. Yeah.
Wars.
You think you're safe
I
on the
can't believe
coast, but there's like
Australia's
kangaroos
lost
everywhere.
the war to fucking emus.
Yeah,
How did you lose a war to emus?
Listen, our cute and cuddly has invaded your fucking New Zealand, so don't worry. You just go back on the go back to putting up with your possums. We're dealing with the emus over here.
Yeah,
They escaped. We apologise. Gaz said he used to watch YouTube videos on a guy making an Aussie map. Yeah, I don't know where that went to. I find a lot of stuff that comes in and goes out.
Yeah, and I keep seeing that, like, there's a TikTok of the dude who's making, he's not really a, unless he started that way, but it's like an Aussie survival game. It comes up all the time, but yeah, whatever happened to that, not sure. But I think it's, I think it's a good concept. My business is two separate things today. Actually, I've got two TikToks, bruv, that I've
Oh,
sent.
shit.
But because...
No. Woohoo.
Because they're so small. They're tiny little TikToks. They're so fast. Not that there's anything wrong with that. But the first one, if you play them in order, like I sent you to the first one first.
The first one for
because
traumatic.
this... Yes. So we know Traumatic. A little background on Traumatic. So he's one of Ad's boys. And he took
I
actually a
didn't know
nice
that.
break. I don't know if you follow him on TikTok, it's actually, and you go back a bit, it was really inspirational for me when it came to traveling. He took about a year off and just literally traveled the world, and his talks, this is IRL, were incredible. The places that he visited, and it was awesome. But he's back, and so he's back in DayZ, he's back home, and yeah.
He does. He does live
You might
streams
have to
too on
play this clip.
TikTok.
He does,
Yeah.
and you might need to watch this clip twice because unless you can slow it down some way. But okay, you just play. It's just how this happens, how a whole team got wiped by accident.
All right, so
It's incredible.
This is the first one. And then, but
How awesome is that? How pissed off would you be? You're all geared, you're all waiting for your one teammate who's always late. He's always late, he's always a fuck up. He's like, I'll be there in a second, I'll be there in a minute. Comes in hot, hits the tree, take his all out. He's allowed to
Restart.
beat up again. Imagine. Imagine. Oh, that was when I saw that, I had to watch it. I went, wait, hang on, did he take out everyone? Yes, he took out everyone.
what a feral! What a feral!
Yeah.
He's definitely off the team
Imagine
next
that guy
time.
being only two.
Definitely off the team next
Yeah.
time. All right.
Definitely off the team.
This is the other one.
And the next one is for everyone in chat. I reckon Drift, if you're still in here, I reckon Drift or Victory will get this. This guy, he posts every now and then just little spots and says, does anyone know where this is? And so it's a little, you don't have to guess now if you want to go away and try and work it out and then come back next time, but does anyone know where this spot is?
Where is this spot, eh? Has he already put up coordinates? We'll give it one more. Livonia.
Because I thought, oh, well, I don't know, but it's outside of Black Mountain Castle. There you go.
Easy as fuck. South side of Black Mountain. Well, I'm fucking not playing this game anymore. Fuck you and fucking trying to find out where shit is. I'm not playing it. Done. But saying that, he has always, I mean, ever since I've known Drift, he just come on the stream and be like, yep, you're here. All right, I'll be there shortly. Okay, I don't even know where I am. Warden's another one for that.
Yeah, he's definitely like, if you, I remember one time we had an event, I think it was one when we had to hunt each other.
Yep.
And I was streaming, and I had to look at the ground, because even just running through trees, Warden would know exactly. He would just be like, I know that
I know.
those trees right there
That
in the middle
one,
of the bush, in the middle
That's
of
it,
nowhere.
with the rock next to it and the twig there and that, boom.
Yep.
Gazzy said there's a
Right
website.
there.
You can't remember the name of it, but it's like a game where you guess in real life locations, but it's for DayZ. So like GeoGuessr for DayZ.
Yeah. Oh, GeoGuessr for
Oh,
DayZ?
right.
Wow, that's awesome.
7K plus hours
Yeah,
of
that's
Chinaras.
really
I stopped worrying about checking time when I discovered that my Jammo 81 account's got 300 days on it. I had to stop there. Because I know how much my Greedy Peasant account has, and that's got 179, so now we're nearly 500 days. Things get a little scary when that amount of time goes in it. And it comes up to you, oh yes, Xbox, you are in the top 1% of people who played this game the most this year. The fuck? Anyway, 962 hours this year. Fuck.
Well, I tell you what, if Drift didn't get that, I would have been disappointed in Drift.
I would
Like,
be too.
He is like the, Drift is like the dictionary
Of
DayZ.
DayZ locations.
just in general, everything DayZ. You just know. You want to know something about DayZ, you just Drift.
100%. All right.
It's all the mechanics, everything.
My business.
Oh, one last thing.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
I'll sit back down.
It's for my people. It's for my peeps. I just want to know, going into the new year, what everyone's New Year's resolution is. You know, I'd like to know a little bit about peeps behind the DayZ. So I was wondering if we could put it out in the chat and with us here as well. What is everyone's New Year's resolution? What do you want to achieve next year? What's your little personal goal? What's your little
I'll tell you
thing?
mine.
You want to quit? You want to do? You want to, like, what's your thing?
Finish my server, Gaz says. Mine is to take the next stage. And that is, I just recently become an empty nester. I think next year we'll probably get the farm. Sell up, move out. In January, we move into year 5 of this streaming DayZ epidemic that I took on. I always said I'd give it 5 years to see where it progressed to. And we've now seen how far we come. But with no kids and stuff like that, it's probably going to be a move out to the farm, and then that next phase of our life.
Nice.
Moving into retirement, Peasent.
Yeah, no. Being an official peasant, an in real life peasant. You know,
An actual peasant.
just kicking around the farm. you know, grabbing some eggs that I don't want to eat. Driving around with cake bashes. You know, just
He's bringing DayZ into his IRL, basically.
That's it.
He's going survival mode.
Yeah.
I want space. To be honest, I want space. I want to be able to throw a tennis ball and not hit anybody else's property.
He wants to walk
Yeah.
around nude and feel
well,
the breeze and not have to worry about the neighbours.
Well, my goal is to have buy a property with at least a hill on it that I put an open shitter on. So just a roof, 4 posts, and a shitter that I can sit up there and have a good view.
Like the DayZ ones.
Like the DayZ one, yeah, similar to that, but no sides and no back, just full open breeze. Just a roof.
Completely.
And to be able to sit up there on a Sunday morning in a warm sun, reading the paper, doing my bit, showing the world what the peasant can do.
Nice.
That's
And
it.
what about you, Q?
We touched on that earlier. I'm going to get back into skateboarding next year.
Fuck yes.
I want to get back to
Yeah.
the point where I can land 360s again. We'll
Fuck.
see. It's a big goal. I'm pretty old now.
And
It's doable. Like I,
I
said,
can't
but
even
you watch
fucking
going
get it.
down
I
those
can't
ramps
get an
because
ollie.
you.
I can't even ollie now.
Oh no, there's no way. But I think you remember, bruv, when I attempted my, I'm gonna get back into skateboarding. Didn't last long. Still got the scars on the knees. I stacked it in our community, going down a ramp in our community, skateboarding with like people everywhere, and I fell off and I slid down the rest of the ramp on my bare knees. And I got up, a grown-ass woman with blood pouring down.
Down in the, yeah. And that's when the skateboard was retired due to community influence.
Yeah,
Drift's
I
going
was
to quit
gonna
smoking
tic-tac
cigarettes
now
like
on it.
every year's resolution. Ooh.
Oh yeah.
You
Don't
keep
take
trying,
up-
Drift.
don't take up
One day you'll
vaping.
get there.
So yeah, there's a video on
Yeah, but yeah,
skateboard
that's
on
true. One
YouTube.
day
Actually,
we'll
I've
get
seen that, you skateboarding on YouTube.
I haven't seen it.
Haven't
Send me the
you?
link. I want to see that.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Ah,
I've seen
someone
that
send me a
ages
link.
ago.
Thrifty.
Anyone else want to confess, or no one's actually thought of it because we're only up to Christmas at the moment? What about you,
Tell you
bruv?
what New Year's is
What about you?
like. Well, yeah, no, well, I'm sort of similar to you, where I would like a little patch of land, and I'm just going to put a little mobile home on there, and
Yeah,
just
tiny home,
and then I'd
tiny
like
home.
to tiny home, and then I thought I'd rent. I'd like to, basically I want to get more into real estate, and I'm going to like maybe rent it out as an Airbnb, and then once I get enough cash from that, then buy another little block of land and put another little tiny home. I just want to
It's
try
entrepreneur.
either that or or buy maybe a unit and rent that out, and same thing, then buy another one and build a little real estate portfolio.
Fat.
That's the idea for at the moment. Whether I don't really actually know anything about real estate, renting, stuff like that, but I'd like to give it a go. Yeah. So
Very good.
yeah, build a real
Oh.
estate portfolio. Let's see how I go by the end of the year.
2025 looking fine. All right, well, now we've
Yeah,
got
looking rich.
some
Or
time
poor,
for my
but fail.
business. So, a long time ago, or maybe a couple of weeks, my co-host requested that I take them to a certain spot in the map that I haven't been. And we are officially here.
Ooh.
This is actually
Okay, Q.
the alien cave.
Yes.
So,
Yes. It's so fitting considering all the orbs and aliens around at the moment in New Jersey.
that's it. That's why I thought it was keen. So I'll get all these out the way. Q's going to have to go first because he's got the glow stick, unless he wants to hand it to me. This is something new in DayZ that they haven't done. This is a waterway that you actually got to swim through, and there's a cave on the other side. This is where Gaz drowned,
scared.
so it's very glitchy. I don't have a glow stick,
scared.
so you want to hand me one and I'll go
Oh.
first.
Yeah, here, you take mine. You two go first, I'll follow behind.
Probably third person's the best way to go, so you can negotiate your way through.
Okay.
You've got to turn slightly as you go through.
Ooh, it gets full dark, huh?
Yep, it's fully locked
Oh,
out.
I see where you get stuck. Uh-oh,
Uh-oh,
uh-oh.
uh-oh.
No.
No, you good?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Turn a little left.
Nope.
Little left.
I got it. I got it. I think I got it. Nope, my legs are stuck now.
Yeah.
No,
Wait.
other way.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
I got it.
You got,
There you
yes.
go,
Yay. You can
Ooh.
just ignore the body that's already there.
You don't know who that was.
Oh, look at this. Look at these drawings.
So this is what they're
Did you
added
know-
in. So this particular person is known as SCP-157, I think his name is, in the SCP world. It's actually a entity that when it sees you and you look at it, when you look away and look at it again, it moves.
That's right. Oh, so this is the man. Well, you know, similar.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Enderman.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Except
DayZ
the opposite
Enderman.
way.
Well, did you know, this cave down here, you know how you can't build in Livonia bunker? And there's the same build restrictions in this cave.
Correct. Not for the outside, but in this cave it does. This is the biggest mystery of them all. So this is a full
What is that?
so to give you an idea, this mark here, I believe, represents this cave. If you follow it down to this mark here, there is a giant P in the map. And then if you follow it down to this mark here, same distances, same, what do you call it? There's another marking on the map. But that's where it all blurs out.
Interesting.
What the hell's this man on top of the volcano there?
Yeah, so from the picture that I can see, this is a person on the edge of the volcano, and this is the
Oh,
lava
I see
of
it
the
now.
volcano, and the many hands in there.
Are all the dead people getting
oh.
squished by the volcano?
Or is that how
Or
many
maybe-
sacrifices you have to make?
Oh.
I have it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And
7,
they're all
8, 9,
connected to, and it's connected to this whatever's happening down here as well, underneath, like underground. That's under the volcano.
Yeah.
Are we near the volcano now?
Nah.
No, we're on an island.
No, we're not on an island. We're on the mainland. We're northwest
I
of
thought this was.
Hopo.
I thought this was an island.
No, we are the airfields to the west of us, coast to the south, and the quarry is to the
Oh.
north. This is not far from that town that's just near the airfield. Now, what you do find is this sort of
Ooh,
stuff.
Are these wires?
These are wires.
Yeah.
Haven't finished yet. This goes all the way up here.
Oh.
But that I haven't been
He's too
able to
fat, he
find.
can't get up.
Yeah, he's got too much shit. Flat side here.
Haha. Go on, up you get. Just look up. Look up, look up, look up. Now jump.
Oh yeah. Alright, thank you. Haha, he missed.
So the only thing I found in here is more of those cable wires. Which were, where did I see them? This was easier when I had night vision on. Well, it was easier when I came into editor. But yeah, there's not much to it. And, you know, it's a little disappointing that it wasn't something absolutely huge, but it does throw a little mystery and a little light.
Unless a certain eruption causes some of these rocks to fall down and open it up
Yep,
to, you know?
all sorts of things. Or, you know, maybe whatever's added into these celestial markings. Maybe this opens the volcano, who knows. Yes, drift, that's correct.
They have to be linked somehow.
These wires here are actually in the Livonia bunker.
Are these just bones on the ground? Is that what these are? Bones?
I think they're supposed to be rocks.
Yeah, not the stones.
Are they? That's funny looking stones.
That is funny looking stones. But yep, you just hadn't been here yet, so I thought I'd take you for a spin, as per promised.
Yeah.
So...
I reckon they're bone fragments. That can't be rocks.
What is that? They're rocks. What are you smoking?
Not rocks.
What
No
about,
way.
what about bone
Funny,
fragments?
funny looking bones.
Femur.
What?
Well, why do they stand out so much? You can see rocks.
They're-
These rocks. These are rocks. I'm standing on rocks
they're
right now.
floating
That's
rocks.
not rocks. Floating
They're
rocks.
falling
yeah.
off the roof.
Yep. Well, there's nothing else. Nothing else
Alien
around.
rings.
Yeah, there's nothing. The fun part is if you can get back out.
Easy.
Oh.
Yeah, like a seasonal or annual event. It may be. It may be an event that we can log out in and it teleports you. I'm not sure. Oh, they're going to try and go back.
Are we?
Yeah.
Oh, are we not?
Yeah, go.
Yeah, easy. Come on.
Okay. Oh. I can't see anything. Q's gone too far ahead.
Oh. That's it. No, you're right. Yep, keep going.
Oh yeah, I see now. Oh, that was a lot easier than what I thought. Oh, you son of a bitch. Oh, we haven't got a fire, but now we're gonna freeze to death. We're all fucking cold.
Oh shit.
Wet.
Ah, okay. So, don't quote me, but if you no-clip wall, the wires have a glowing orange texture on them. The texture believed to be from the Armour Livonia First Contact Alien DLC.
Mm.
But yeah.
Yeah, because I do believe there was something about being connected to armor as well.
Yes, there's a DLC in the Armour run that I think incorporated that sort of stuff.
Now, see, is it just an Easter egg or is it foreshadowing?
We know DayZ. They definitely like to foreshadow. Nah, they're all empty. They gave you nothing.
I just want paper for the fire. Ow. Oh, did someone already put some in?
Yep. But yeah, so if anyone's got anything else, that's pretty much the show wrapped up.
Look at that present bouncing around on your screen. It's like it's alive.
Oh, it stopped.
Oh, it stopped now.
You swine. There you go.
There he goes.
Look at that present roll! I don't know if we're going to main. Do you want to duck off to the main hub? You want to game it out, or you want to leave it where it is and just punch the shit out of each other?
Oh, it's a hard decision. I like,
Easy.
Merry Christmas,
Merry Christmas, motherfuckers! Yeah. You can't beat the peasant in Santa's cave. That's not fair. No! Yeah, it's fucking on. Oh.
Yeah.
Ugh. Ah. Ah. Where'd he go? Oh shit. Ah, victory! Victory! We're going to leave it there because we're going to do Zombie Bowling next week. It's not prepped. Ladies and gentlemen, that's our podcast, Done and Dusted Christmas special. As you can see, we've done an absolutely fantastic job. Santa's growing all these candy canes. And of course, we're out of here. We're out of the crime scene. We've got our Santa Claus going. We do have a little competition that's going to happen for a Sakau DLC for the PC role. We were given one of them for when we bought our collection, but we've already got it, so we'll be giving away a DLC for the Frostline PC for all those coders out there who want to get a DLC. There'll be a little question to the video that comes out, so you can have your answers prep. The actual question will be how many candy canes were around the new TPP Christmas stage. But apart from that, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you all for joining us. Big shout out to my co-hosts and, of course, community coming out in force. We love your work. They're a little bit more of a write-up on the Discord when the video comes out about the competition. But for those who watched, you'll already have your answer. Apart from that, we were going to leave it there. Next week, we're going to be rolling our NCAP and our what we want to see in 2025. So come out and check out the Discord. Drop what you want to see in 2025 from DayZ. We're going to do a big recap over it, talk about what people want. It's going to be absolutely hectic. But apart from that, Peasant's got to go sort some stuff out for Christmas. If we don't see you, we want to wish you an absolutely wonderful Christmas. I hope you stay safe, and we see you next week on the end of year show.